Hi everybody and welcome back to the Duggan Daily Dish. I'm Jamie Duggan and this is my kitchen. So today is a very chilly and rainy and wet and cold. I know I said chilly, but I'm cold as well. It's also a day that I want to clean and I want to make sure that I have a delicious meal on the table that I really won't have to keep an eye on. So guess what? We're using my favorite tool again, the crock pot. We're going to make a delicious cheesy potato soup. There's a little bit of prep work we have to do with the bacon and the onions, but trust me, it's completely worth it. So let's get started. Okay, so the first step that we need to do is we need to cook up some bacon. And you're going to take 4 slices of bacon and cook them over medium heat, turning them occasionally, and until browned and crispy. And, that takes anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. So let me get this going. I have 4 slices in the pan, and when that's ready, I will be back. Okay, everybody, bacon is cooked. So now what we're going to do is you're going to take that bacon fat, that grease that you have in your pan, and you're going to throw your onions on top of that. And you're going to cook them for about 5 minutes. So the bacon that you just fried, make sure you put that on a plate, put paper towels on it, and then stick it in the fridge because this is a 7-hour recipe. So the reason why we do the bacon first is because we need the onions to sit in the bacon grease. So this is not one of my healthiest meals, but dang, it's delicious. Okay, everybody, so let me tell you, it smells amazing in my house right now because of the grilled onions, or fried onions, whatever you want to call them. Absolutely delicious. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to line our slow cooker with my favorite thing, a slow cooker liner. This is so simple. Other than the prep work of having to do the bacon, it's sincerely easy. So put your little garbage bag on your cooker. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw the onions in. So you're going to throw them right into the bottom. Smells delicious. And by the way, I didn't tell you in the beginning, it is just a small diced onion, about 1.5 cups of what you want. You can chop it or dice it, however you want your onions to be. And then to this, we are going to add potatoes. Now, by now, you guys know me. I'm a cheater when it comes to prepping for meals. And when it comes to me and my husband, I don't want to waste a lot of food. So it's very, very a lot easier for us to do canned potatoes. They're already chopped up. And this works wonders for this recipe. So if you are using canned potatoes, just remember to drain the water out. So there goes the first can. Also in the recipe, you will see, if you follow the recipe, that there is something to add celery to this. Me and my husband are not much of celery eaters. Well, I'm not at least. I don't know how much he eats because I don't make it, so he doesn't eat it here. I know, I'm such a mean wife. I'm not as much of a celery person, so I omit the celery. But if you look in the nutrition factor on the website, or not the nutrition factor, I'm sorry, but the tidbits, the nutrition facts. I keep saying nutrition facts, that's not what I mean. The recipe tidbits. There is a note to add carrot to this, which I thought was a fabulous idea, and it turns out amazing with the soup. So you want to put in about 5 cups of diced peeled russet potatoes, and that's about like 5 medium ones. And like I said, I cheat, so if you're going to cheat and use cans like me, because it makes it so much easier, it's about 3 cans of diced potatoes. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a can of carrots as well. Also drain those, or you can use fresh carrots. I'm a big cheater if you haven't figured that out. So add that to your crock pot. And then all you're going to do is you're going to, if you were going to do celery, that's when you add it in as well. And then you're just going to put in 4 cups of chicken broth. Easy peasy. That's why I love the crock pot. Okay, 4 cups are in. And then you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, so we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. If you're trying to watch your salt intake, I'm sure you could put a little bit less in there if you need it. And then we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So let me add a little bit more salt because I used the wrong teaspoon. Don't mind me, I have had a migraine all morning. So I can't say that I was going to be perfect for this. Now you don't have to stir it around, but I like to stir it around just to incorporate the salt and the pepper. Make sure that everything is covered by the chicken broth. And then you're going to pop the top on this puppy, and you're going to let it cook for 6 to 7 hours. I usually like 6 hours because I did cheat and I am using the canned potatoes. So they cook a lot easier and a lot faster. So I'm going to pop the top on this baby, and I will see you in 6 hours for the rest of it. Okay, so it's about 6 hours later, and the next step you have to do is you have to put flour, about 1/2 cup of flour, in with 1.5 cups of 1/2. And I try not to use a ton of utensils because we don't like to do dishes in this house, and I'm sure you guys don't either. But so because I'm mixing this together with a whisk, I just put 1.5 cups of creamer into the measuring cup, and then I will put 1/2 cup of the flour into that, and I'll whisk it together from there. And you want to whisk until it's smooth. And this is just a way to thicken up the soup. What you're going to do is you are going to then put your crock pot back on high. And then you're going to put this in there. And you're going to stir it in. And let that cook for about 30 minutes. And I'll be back after that. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes, and the last step you have to do is you have to put the cheese in. So you're going to take off your crock pot lid and actually turn your crock pot off. And then you're going to throw in a cup of cheddar cheese and a cup of American cheese. And I just have that loaded on top of each other. That way I knew how much I was putting in. And you're just going to stir this around until it is stirred through. I'll see if I can get this. I can actually see the crock pot a little bit better. This way, there we go. Okay, so you want to stir the cheese in so you get that cheesy potato soup. Okay, after after we put the cheese in, the last step is to put in your bacon. You're going to crumple it up here. Mine got a little bit crispy. I had a little bit of an issue with a plate dropping and busting into a million pieces, so I kind of forgot about the bacon. But you know, it's still edible. It is not completely blackened, so, well, it kind of is, but my husband will eat anything, and so will I when it comes to bacon, so go ahead and add your bacon, and then you'll be ready to serve it up. Okay, so here we go. There we go, the delicious bowl of cheesy potato soup. I'll see you next time.